If you're a producer, I'm sure one of your goals is to get a placement, but what actually makes a placement ready beat? I've gotten a few placements and even executive produced a #1 album on iTunes, so today we're going to break down some of the beats I've got placed and find out exactly what the secrets are to making placement ready beats.
Wake up in the morning, I got money on my mind, so addicted to it, all I see is dollar signs.
First, I picked the sample. It was simple, bouncy, and catchy, which are the three main things I look for when making beats for artists. After picking the sample, I started with the drums and added this rim shot. It sounds good, but I felt as though it was missing something, so I layered it with this very subtle clap, which adds some more high end and helps it cut through the mix. This is something you really should think about if you want to have artists on your beats. Make sure a key element like the snare is really punching through and hitting hard. With the hi-hat, I like to add lower notes to create more bounce. And with the open hats, I like to play around with the length and the panning of the notes. So let's hear what it sounds like with these notes extended so you can really hear the difference. A pattern I noticed across all of these beats is where I place the kicks. As you can hear, particularly on the second half of the loop, the kick hits directly when the chord hits. Your drums should always complement the melody. Don't place random kicks and hi-hats for the sake of it, be intentional. Finally is the 808. I added a low subby sound, which helped me add these glides in. The next beat I'm going to break down is from a song called All In.
I be steady working till the morning.
I started with a snare, hi-hat, and open hat. Doing something simple like changing the velocity of the hi-hats can really add to the bounce. However, I still felt as though it was missing something. So on top of that, I added another hi-hat. I made sure to pick one that had a different texture, and I also mess around with the pitch of the rolls, which helps to add that ear candy to the beat. After that, we have a very simple kick. Finally, we have the 808 and a bass. Now the 808 by itself isn't anything special. But when I added the bass, I knew the beat was done. As you can see, it actually clashes with the 808. When I first put it in, I wanted to take it out because technically you should never clash two basses. But when I took these notes out, it just didn't hit as hard. So I trusted my gut, brought them back in, and 300,000 streams later, I guess I was right. Finally, we have my favorite beat from a song called FaceTime.
Pulling up at 8, find me in the sheets, make sure you ain't late.
It has over 800,000 streams, so let's try and figure out what makes it so special. One thing you can do to be creative and avoid beat block is learn music theory, which is why I wanted to speak about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare are offering a free 30-day trial to the first 1,000 people to sign up with the link in the description, so you can improve any area of your production for free for an entire month. You've got nothing to lose, so make sure to take advantage of this while you can. I've been taking the Ultimate Gospel Piano course by Kingsley B and Kruma, and that's massively helped me with my piano skills. Skillshare is great for learning new musical skills, but there are also hundreds of career-focused classes too, and the new year is the perfect time to learn something new and reinvent yourself. We all want to make money as producers, and Skillshare has classes such as diversify your income, earn passive income on selling products online. Don't forget, no goal is too small. If you want to become an expert at music theory, even learning one chord progression is progress, and the teachers on Skillshare can help you get there one step at a time. When I heard the sample, there were a couple of things that really grabbed my attention. First, the intro is super unique. The reverse melody sounds ominous and intrigues the listener, and since there's no chords, you don't really know where the song's gonna go, which drags you in even more. Second, the sample has transitions. Just listen to this drum fill. Like in the first beat, I layered 2 sounds for a snare. Followed by some perks to further the bounce. Next, we have 2 hi-hats. I kept a 2-step pattern to create a smooth bounce and added this roll which leads into the snare. The second hi-hat has the same roll but it's in a different place, creating a sort of call and response effect. The final drum sound is a kick, which again follows the rhythm of the chords. To help the beat progress a bit more, I copied that same intro melody, pitched it up an octave and brought it in the second half of the verse. Number 1, follow the melody. The melody determines the bounce. Make sure you pick a good melody and use that as a baseline to intentionally place your drum sounds down. Number 2, ear candy. We all know by now to keep placement beats simple, but don't keep them so simple that they're boring. Add some interesting drum sounds and textures to take it to that next level. And 3, sound selection. Choose your sounds with intent. I added a subby bass on the first beat because I wanted to add glides and a shorter 808 wouldn't let me do that. These little details are going to go a long way.